Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the ACOC for round 3 of the DTM Championship here at the Sachsenring. My name is Miran FG here in the commentary booth today, and yes, DTM back in Germany once again in the eastern regions of Germany here for the Sachsenring race. 20 minutes of qualifying ahead of us and then 35 minutes of the race. But before we get underway with the qualifying session that is ahead of us, let's go through this track then. So the Sachsenring, located in the small German city of Hohenheim-Ernsthal, near the German city of Chemnitz in the Saxony region of Germany. This circuit hosts mostly motorcycle races, things like the German Motorcycle Grand Prix and the FIM Grand Prix Motorcycle Racing World Championship also comes here as well. But a bit of history about the circuit as well. The circuit was first opened in 1927, or maybe not open, but they first raced in this town in 1927. That was when it ran through the city of Hohenstein-Ernsthal itself. In 1990, they built this circuit, the Sachsenring. So we race at this circuit now, and usually we see a lot of motorcycle racing, as I did previously say. DTM has raced here before, but that was at the longer Grand Prix circuit layout, which was about 0.1 kilometers longer back in 2002. And now that we are on the topic of track details, let's go through them. So this layout then, 3.671 kilometers, 13 turns, and a lap record of 1:18.3. Though that was set in a Formula 4 car, so I think we could maybe see some faster lap times. Mind you that back in 2002, when they raced at the layout that was 0.1 kilometers longer, the lap record then was a 1:21.2, set in the Opel Astra V8 Coupe. So I think we could definitely see some much faster lap times here today. I think we could go into the 1:18s and 1:19s. As we're having the first 3 times come in now, it's always Braunau back on home turf, a 1:16.0. 5 tenths faster than previous race winner Bironas Lokidelis in P2 at the moment. We're waiting for everyone to cross the line and set their first lap times. Erik Adelberg is next to cross the line. Then it's Huang Min Nguyen in P6. We crossed the line just there as well. But this circuit is very interesting. I think you can see for the layout, it is mostly designed for motorcycle racing. So you can imagine, if you look at circuits that are used for motorcycle racing, very fast flowing turns, and it really goes to show. You can see the elevation change, especially through that corner. There was the Thunjatan Konkum go through turn 5, the Sternquell as it's called. There is some elevation change, and I think that makes it quite exciting. But the long flowing corners, ranging all the way from turn 1 all the way to turn 7, is going to allow for some very good racing, especially on the first lap. So I think we are going to see some nice little battles headed through those corners. And yeah, not a lot of hard braking zones. I think the only hard braking zone could be turn 13, the final corner, the Queckenberg Kurve. So we could see that, and then obviously that corner, final corner, leading on to the main straight. So I think it is a pretty neat little circuit, the Sachsenring. So we have all 18 times on the board at the moment. It is always Braunau on provisional pole at the moment, with Thunjatan Konkum, the Thai driver, only 300ths of a second off Braunau. Then it is Zed Ankaya in P3 with Eric Newt in P4 and Henry J. Brown in P5. We'll see if the likes of Bironas Lokidelis and maybe Roger James Jr. are able to get up into the top 5. So we're gonna see. Here's Erik Adelberg in the meanwhile. He had a pretty disappointing last time out at Mugello. So let's see if he is able to have any better pace here today. Mason Wincup, the Aussie, currently sits in P6, 4/10 off Brownell on pole position. About a 10th separates him and Brown currently, so we could see him getting some improvements maybe, though it is quite a big deficit to the top, so we'll see if he's able to improve. Same goes for Erik Adelberg. Gaps are very spread out, I must say, at the moment. I think Aaron Curtis, though, has not been able to get a lap time in. 1.1 of the pole time. Usually we don't see that big of gaps in DTM. So I think Curtis must have had some form of mistake on his first flying lap. So we could see him getting... I think we are going to see him get back up into the... how should I say this? I think we're going to see him get back up into the normal positions where we usually see him, as he heads through turn 9 and 10. You see the fast left-handers. I think you can take those flat in DTM. So Jatan Konkum as well. He's got the BMW of, I believe that is Erik Adelberg ahead of him. Or no, that is not Erik Adelberg. That is, I believe, Hwangmin Nguyen. No, that is Eric Nitt. My apologies. I'm still trying to learn the cars, as we see an improvement there up into P13. That is... Oh, now forgetting the names. Oh no. That is... Ah, yes, that is Abrar Chowdhury. Up into P13. That is why I forgot his name. He made his debut last time out at Mugello, so this is his second race in DTM and the second race as an ACOC driver. There's Aaron Curtis going on the inside there of the other car there. Nice, a pretty nice little move to get ahead of the Mercedes. As Abrar Chowdhury heading through turns 9 and 10. Let's see his sector 2 time, as he is quite a bit off, so I think it is probably a slow lap for the Pakistani driver at the moment. But there goes Erik Adelberg up into P3, so the Swiss driver seems to have improved on his qualifying pace. Erik Nut into P4 as well, and Adelberg now, I think, is going to affect him. Aaron Curtis, as I said, we would see him get up into the further positions, and he has. So that is the Irishman up into P6 for now. So that is pretty good from him. Had some traffic to deal with as well. Here's Abrar Chowdhury trying to get the Silver File Energy Mercedes car there on the inside. That was actually pretty close, but Chowdhury just able to get ahead. As you can see just how many cars are here. Here's Henry J. Brown trying to get ahead of Jakob Horlacher, that is, on the inside into the fast left-hander, and Brown is ahead. Yeah, he is ahead as Bironas Lokidelis improves as well, takes that P5 from Zedan Kaya. So good from Lokidelis. We know he's a bit more of a performer in the race than qualifying, as we've got a nice group of cars here. Adelberg and Horlacher coming into the pit lane then. The two Swiss drivers entering the pits after their first runs. Erik Nut able to improve as well, but he stays P4 for now. He is 2/10 off on Brown now. Though, does it look like anyone is able to challenge the German at the top at the moment? Nicholas Anderson sets a lap, goes P7. as there goes David Kupok, the rookie, up into second place. So very nice lap time from the German. That sees a German 1-2 at the moment here at the Sachsenring. As I think there was an improvement somewhere as well. I think Noah Clifton went up into P5. But currently it is David Kupok who sits in P2 as Zetan Kaya takes that P4 from Erik Adelberg. And Remus McGregor slotting into P5 as well. So he's done pretty well. But David Kupok in only second qualifying session currently sits in second place. I think Kupok could be in, could have a good chance of challenging for the win. As Henry J. Brown goes P10. Man ahead of him, Bironos Lokidelis, as we're following him through the through turn 5. He's got Clarkson Vidal just up ahead there on the road. Will Vidal hold him up? Let's see. As a few improvements there. I think Mason Wincup improved and Roger James Jr. Yeah, Roger James Jr. went up to P13, but Mason Wincup took that from him. So they've swapped positions. Noah Clifton up into P6 though. So a small improvement for the Aussie driver. Eric Newton now exiting the pits. As there's actually a crash between the BMW and the Mercedes there, coming out of the pits. I don't know who that was. Might that have been I didn't quite catch who that was, but it was a BMW involved at least. That was Erik Adelberg, and I believe that wasn't Eric Nitt. Might that have been Hwang Min Nguyen actually, who collided. I think it might have been one of the Mercedes AMG Team Petronas cars, as Henry J. Brown further goes up, as I think Aaron Curtis, bit of an off-track excursion for the Irishman. So that has ruined his lap. I was gonna say that it was his lap, but I made an incorrect assumption there. That was on his out lap, so it doesn't really matter for Curtis, but I think might be on cold tires. Bironos Lokidelis though a second off in sector 2, so I don't think it's gonna be an improvement for Bironos Lokidelis. Alois Brana was into the pits, so was there's actually contact again on the pit exit. That's Zetan Kaya, and yet another BMW. I don't know who that is. That's Noah Clifton who he made contact with, as there goes Clifton on the inside of Nicholas Anderson, heading into turn 3, Castrol Omega. Anderson though currently sits in P11, so we'll see if the American is able to get into the top 10. Eric Newt as well, he can want to get into the top 5. He's had some pretty alright performances in these first 2 races. I think he's going to want to capitalize on that and get a bit further up as well. But let's see, he's got another Mercedes ahead of him as well. That is Albert Chowdhury in the Mercedes AMG Team Remus car. So let's see if both of them are going to be able to improve as they head through turn 12, the Sachsenkurve. Now to the final corner, the Queckenberg curve, you can see as the track rises up. And now on to the start-finish straight as Erik Adelberg on to pole position. Albert Chowdhury up into P5, but someone has been able to challenge for pole, and that is Erik Adelberg, who takes pole position by almost 8 hundredths of a second. And look at this, Aaron Curtis up at the P2 and Clarkson Vidal up at the P3. The 2 Irishmen are up into the top 3. So major shake-up here in qualifying with 5 minutes to go. We're seeing some pretty major improvements from everyone. Curtis and Vidal only separated by 0.02 of a second, as Tunyator Nkonkam reclaims that P2. 0.09 of a second he missed out on pole by, and that sees him going up into second place. But let's see if Nkonkam is able to improve, because he could definitely be in for a chance of pole here at the Sachsenring. So yeah, just a few minutes ago it was Brauna and Kupok in the top 2. Now it's Adelberg and Konkum. As Bironas Lokedelis is keeping quite off the pace. He's not able to challenge. Nicholas Anderson, though, up into P6, so he is able to get into the top 10, Anderson. Let's see, Abrar Chowdhury will be yet another improvement for the Pakistani. No, it isn't. But Erik Adelberg does improve, so he goes even faster than his pole time, about 200 faster at the moment. As he's the last place man at the moment, Roger James Jr., who's going to start his lap. There you can see Bironas Lokedelis coming into the pit lane, just on his left, as James Jr. starts his lap time. Erkki Nyt, the Estonian, has been knocked down 3 places after everyone getting up into the top 10. Thunjatern Konkum improves once again, only 9 thousandths off Adelberg. So Konkum giving it all he's got, but he's just barely missing out on that pole. So we'll see if he's able to break through and take pole position. Let's see Chowdhury's sector 2 time. He's down on his original time by only a hundredth of a second. I don't know why I keep struggling with saying hundredth. Jakob Horlacher, the man in P11 at the moment, trying to push to get into the top 10. He's got someone ahead of him though, so that could probably impair him in his time, though he's going to cross the line. Here's Mason Winkup heading through turn 7 there, now to turn 8, as Clarkson Vidal actually up into P2, so he's done pretty well, as I think Erik Adelberg has been able to extend his advantage at the top. But either way, Vidal only 4 hundredths of a second off the pole time. But no one able to challenge Adelberg up at the top. He's really coming to his own now in these final few minutes of qualifying. So let's see if anyone is able to challenge him with 2 minutes to go. See Roger James Jr. making his way round turn 7. He's got someone in his rearview mirrors there. Who might that be? As I think it is Jakob Horlacher, actually. As we saw an improvement somewhere. I don't know who improved. I think it might have been Alois Brown now. No, it wasn't. He's on a lap now. Someone did improve though. So I did miss that. Henry J. Brown, as we see him head to Casper Omega. David Kupok up at the P3. So the German puts himself on the 2nd row. Let's see if Kupok will be able to improve further though. Either way, that is a pretty good lap time from Kupok. Here's Adelberg going on the inside of Lokedelis, as he's gone ahead of the Greek driver at the moment. Well, let's see, with 1 minute 20 remaining, as Thunjatern Konkum takes that P3 from David Kupok. Look how incredibly close the top 4 are at the moment, all just separated by not even a tenth of a second. So I'd say it's anyone's game for pole position at the moment here at Sachsenring. So Adelberg at the moment 4 tenths off on his own time, as Remus McGregor up into P8, so he goes up 1 position, beats out Roger James Jr. As Henry J. Brown up into P10, the British-Portuguese driver gets into the top 10. Adelberg is into the pits, so no more running for the Swiss driver, and Vidal as well. So is Curtis. So we could see people like Konkum and Kupok challenge for pole here, or it could be someone completely else. Let's see who is going to be able to challenge for pole, as we're about 20 seconds remaining. Hwang Min Nguyen, man in the last place at the moment, 4 tenths off, so he is improving, but he won't get himself into the top 10 with that pace. Alois Brown now as well could be in for the pole here today. The checker flag is now out. We're ready for 12 cars across the line. Hwang Min Nguyen, first car to cross the line, goes P16. and Zed Ankaya. Ankaya is actually up at the pole time, so we could see the Filipino challenge for pole here, so he has to sector 1. Though it could not be over yet for everyone else, as there's a few cars coming round the final corner there. You can see on the right side of your screen, as it's Henry J. Brown who goes up at the P8. But let's see Zed Ankaya, and this is going to be crucial for him. Where is the Filipino driver going to go? In the Audi, as he heads through turn 13, the final corner. Will it be the pole for Zed Ankaya? We're going to see as it crosses line, and it is! Zed Ankaya takes pole position by a thousandth of a second. That is absolutely marginal, and Zed Ankaya is on pole position. So let's go through the qualifying grid then before lights out here at the Sachsenring. It is Zed Ankaya once again on pole position, the second time of his career, and by a thousandth of a second. That is absolutely incredible, with Erik Adelberg in second place. Clarkson Vidal lining up P3 with Jonathan Konkam P4. David Kupok in his second DTM race P5 with Aaron Curtis in P6. Then it's Alois Brown on P7. And Mason Wincup was just able to improve, starting in P8. Nicholas Anderson P9 with Henry J. Brown 10th. Remus McGregor is P11 with Roger James Jr. P12. Eric Yanutis P13 with Noah Clifton in P14, and it's Albert Chowdhury 15th with Jacopo Horlacher in P16. Then the two final cars are Hwang Min Nguyen and championship leader Bironas Logidelis starting in last place. So yeah, that is going to be crucial. But let's see, as we are waiting for lights out here at the Sachsenring, as we are underway here at the Sachsenring. Everyone getting off away. Good start for Ankaya, but has Adelberg got the jump on him heading into turn 1? Let's see, as Ankaya's gonna have to defend the outside line from Erik Adelberg. Adelberg on the inside now. Is he gonna be able to challenge for the lead, as Clarkson Vidal having to defend from Thunyatan Konkos side by side? Ankaya though able to hold on to the lead, as Adelberg's fallen down to P2. As there in the background is Thunyatan Konkam. He's ahead of Clarkson Vidal for P3. So the Thai driver is up into P3, and he's now got Erik Adelberg. There's David Kupok though. Mason Wincup has been able to go up into P6. So he's done absolutely greatly on the start. As Aaron Curtis having to defend from the Aussie. He's overtaken Wincup for P6. As Wincup himself under pressure from home hero Alex Brown now. But there's someone off, and I think that was Mason Wincup actually. Yes, it was. He's fallen down to P9, so that is a bit of a shame, considering how good of a start he had. As everyone going side by side, and there's Nicholas Anderson side by side with Ekinit for P11. As we're going to see Anderson heading into turn 11 on the inside. Let's see if he's able to do it. Yes, he is. He's actually going to get Henry J. Brown here into turn 13, and he has. What a great move from Nicholas Anderson. As Albert Chowdhury is up at the P12, so he's had a great start as well. But it's Zed Ankaya who leads after the first lap, as everyone scrambles down the start-finish straight, trying to get the positions from everyone. As we see Noah Clifton there on the inside of Remus McGregor, door-to-door racing here at DTM as they head into Castrol Omega. McGregor on the inside is going to have a traction advantage, as they got Bironas Logidelis behind them. Logidelis has gone up 2 places from the start as well. But Clifton now, is he gonna get P14 from Remus McGregor? Yes, he has. So that sees the Aussie staying P14 then, as Hwang Min Nguyen has fallen down to last place. So unfortunate for the Vietnamese driver in the Mercedes Team Petronas car. But Zed Ankaya now leading with 0.5 of a second, so he has a pretty dominant lead at the moment. As we approach lap 3 out of 24, it's Erik Adelberg who set the fastest lap. Nicholas Anderson then in P10, trying to chase down a Mason Wincup for P9. Erik Adelberg chasing down the leader then. Zelan Kaya, he's actually looking pretty pacey at the moment, so we could challenge for the lead once again if he's not able to do it. Anderson as well, as they head through turn 8 on the back of Mason Wincup for P9, so we could see a move there as well, as they are pretty close. Everyone in the field quite close at the moment. Nicholas Anderson, and look how close he is to the back of the Mercedes Team Silberfile car. He could definitely try to move down the straight here. Let's see then as they head down the straight, if anyone is able to challenge for the lead into the first, or not the lead, sorry, what am I saying? If anyone is able to challenge for positions, Adelberg actually had a bit of a look there. As there's Albert Brownell. He's trying it on Aaron Curtis for P6. Curtis having to defend on the outside line now, heading into Castrol Omega. But can he hang on to that P6? No, he can't. Brownell is up into 6th place. So good move from the man in his own race. Brownell now trying to chase down his fellow countryman David Kupok for P5, but it is a pretty big gap that he has to close. About a entire second between the two Germans, as Erik Adelberg closer than ever to Zedan Kaya. So Njotern Konkum has actually been able to catch up to this train as well. So we could see actually there is quite a big train behind Ankaya at the moment. But let's see Adelberg if he's able to do it now as he heads down the main straight. No, he's not close enough to make the move. He's gonna have to pressure the Filipino into a mistake, as I think Clarkson Vidal actually went wide there a bit. So that has allowed David Kupok to catch up. Brownell is catching Kupok as well by about 1/10 of a second, I think. So we could definitely see Brownell. We could definitely see him catching. Oh, now I'm losing the words. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen. But Clarkson Vidal, he could definitely catch up with Thunjatan Konkum as well, as I think Ankaya is trying to back Adelberg up into everyone else. Nicholas Anderson as well, still trying to get Mason Wincup. Wincup is looking pretty slow at the moment, 1.8 seconds to the cars further up the road. So Anderson, if he wants a chance of getting some better positions in this race, he's gonna have to get past Mason Wincup, but that is looking quite unlikely at the moment. David Kupok though looking very, very close to Clarkson Vidal, and Erik Adelberg as well looking very close to Ankaya, but Ankaya just trying to make that BMW car as wide as possible. Why did I say BMW? Okay, I really am tired today. That Audi sport car as wide as possible. As Adelberg is trying to challenge for the lead, but yeah, you can tell that train is forming behind. As here is Nicholas Anderson, the number 33 car of the BMW team RGB or RMG team. God. As they head down the main straight and to start lap 7 of 24. The question is, how long will Zedan Kaya be able to handle the pressure from Eric Adelberg. That question remains yet to be answered. As the Njotern Konkum, you can see from the helmet camera of yeah, you can see from his helmet camera Adelberg and Ankaya there just up ahead. As here is Henry J. Brown. He's looking to get into the top 10, though will he be able to, as they head through turn 8 there. And now Adelberg and Ankaya heading through turn 12, so the field does actually look quite spread out at the moment. So yeah, that is a bit strange considering that it is DTM. The cars should be somewhat close, but yeah, there is a BO, obviously for DTM there is a BOP about this. So the car should be close, but there's Clarkson Vidal trying it on the inside of Njotern Konkum, but he's going to turn into the outside now. But he's on the inside line once again, heading into Castrol Omega. Is Konkum going to be able to hold ahead? No, he can't. And that is the Irishman up into the podium. So that is Clarkson Vidal, a beautiful move from him, and that sees him up into third. So let's see if Ankaya's little strategy to back Adelberg up into the others will work. Because that might allow Clarkson Vidal to overtake the Swiss driver for P2. As Adelberg only 3/10 off, he stayed about at the same pace as Zed Ankaya at the moment. They've been about the same distance for almost the entire race, so yeah, Adelberg keeping the same distance as he has. Let's see them down the main straight though. Adelberg is lapping 2/10 faster. He actually is having a bit of a look on Ankaya. He's gonna send one on the inside. Yes, he is. On the inside now, this is the battle for the lead, as Adelberg is going to go on the outside to turn 2, but he's going to have the inside into Castrol Omega, and that might be actually deciding for Adelberg, because he's positioned his car very, very well here. And is Adelberg ahead? Yes, he is! Erik Adelberg takes the lead of the race here at the Sachsenring, and Zed Ankaya falling down to P2. So Ankaya's strategy did work for a bit, but I guess his luck ran out there. So we now has Clarkson Vidal behind him, and Vidal is looking quite pacey as well. So we could see the Irishman taking P2 in this race. Clarkson Vidal, you can see he's actually gaining quite a lot on the straight. So he is doing quite well. I should note that Vidal is in the BMW and Ankaya is in the Audi, so I think there could be some difference in the straights at the moment. As Erik Adelberg sets the fastest lap, look how much faster he's lapping now. He's in the 1:16.3, and lap behind Ankaya was a 1:16.8. As look at that, my prediction was correct. Clarkson Vidal is trying it on Zed Ankaya. So Vidal now on the inside into the same corner as Adelberg did the move, and Vidal is ahead for P2. So that sees Vidal up into second place, and Ankaya is down to third in the span of only 2 laps. So he's now got Njotern Konkum, the Thai driver, in the other Audi, the Abbott Sportsline car. So we could see, I think we could see Njotern Konkum try and challenge for the podium as well. Clarkson Vidal is actually driving a pretty good race, but the question is, will he be able to keep up with Erik Adelberg? Because Adelberg is on pretty good pace at the moment. So is there anyone who could equal him in this race? That question remains to be answered. After Njotern Konkum now, as I think my question actually has been answered, as Clarkson Vidal sets the fastest lap, goes a 10th faster than Adelberg's fastest lap. And was that Konkum trying on the inside? Yes, it was. As Tunjata and Konkum gonna try on the outside to turn 2, but as previously said, he's gonna have the inside into Castrol Omega, and I think that is Tunjata and Konkum up into P3. Yes, it is. That is the Thai driver up into 3rd, or is it? Zed Ankaya is actually still holding on, and Ankaya has defended successfully. Fool me once, fool me twice, but fool me 3 times, as they say. Something like that, I guess. Okay. Yeah, 3rd time is the charm, I guess. But Zed Ankaya stays P3 then. You'd have expected Konkum to be ahead, but Ankaya actually put up some pretty decent defense against the Thai driver. Mesa Winkup then, here he is, under trying to pressure Nicholas Anderson for P9. Or might it be the other way around, actually? I think it is, as Nicholas Anderson is up into P9, but he's going to be on the outside again into turn 1. We usually don't see a lot of moves on the outside into turn 1, but let's see if Anderson's able to pull it off. As heading into turn 2, he's going to have the inside, but into Castrol Omega, it's going to be the outside line. As he's gonna be on the outside now into Castrol Omega. Is he able to hang on? Yes, he is. We haven't seen any moves on the outside heading into Castrol Omega. As Anderson actually is ahead. Amazing Winkup went a bit wide there, but impressive stuff from Nicholas Anderson. That is the American up to P9. As Winkup went off there, that allowed Henry J. Brown to get up to P10. So, pretty great stuff from Nicholas Anderson. I think that might be the move of the race from Anderson. Tunjata and Konkum, though, he's still trying to get Zed Ankaya for P3. Look how big the gap between Ankaya and Vidal is already 1.2 seconds. So, Ankaya is really holding Tunjata and Konkum up completely here. As Tunjata and Konkum having a bit of a look there on the outside, but he's gonna have to worry about David Kupok behind. As Abrar Chowdhury trying to get Mason Winkup as well for P11 there. David Kupok then in P5 at the moment. That is pretty well for him in what is only his second DTM race. Tunjata and Konkum trying to challenge Zed Ankaya once again. I think he's gonna have a pretty good chance into the first corner. So we could see him challenge the podium once again. Let's see if he's able to try it into turn 1. No, he isn't. Usually we see the most overtakes into turn 1, unless he can force Ankaya into a mistake. I don't think he's going to be able to make the move this lap. Noah Clifton then trying to get Eric Init for P13 as well, but I think it is a bit of a stalemate here at the further back of the grid. I think where we're going to see most racing is actually at the top, which is something pretty exciting. Nyata and Konkum, though, he looks pretty close now on the straight, actually. I think he could have a pretty decent... I think he could challenge into the first corner. We'll see if he's able to do it, though. No, he isn't. So, ooh, he's actually gone a bit wide there, I think. Nyata and Konkum then. Apologies for the silence. Just not really much to say, if I'm being honest. But yeah, Noah Clifton still trying to get Eric Unit for P13. But yeah, as I did say previously, I don't think there is going to be much competition here at the back. As they head onto the main straight, lap 16 of 24. So Nyata and Konkum, going wide again, trying to follow Zedan Kaya, but it's not working for the Thai driver. So yeah, so I think there's actually a move there. Was there a move on the back? No, there wasn't. As let's see the progress gains then from the qualifying position. So Adelberg is up 1, Vidal is up 1, and Kaya is down 2. Brown now is up 1, Curtis down 1 as well. Roger James Jr. is up 4, so he's done absolutely greatly. Mason Wankup's down 3 after he went off into the gravel and re-emerged on the track after the overtake from Nicholas Anderson. Albert Chowdhury is up 3 as well, so pretty good from him. Remus McGregor is down 4, so he's not had the greatest race. Bruno Tokidel is up 2, Jakob Horlacher down 1, and Huang Ming Nguyen down 1 as well. So those are the position changes from the start then. David Kupok still, I think this is going to be good news for David Kupok, considering that Nyata and Konkum can't get past Zedan Kaya. That could allow David Kupok to catch up and try and challenge for P4, though it is quite difficult to overtake when a train starts forming. As we see the Thai driver, they're heading through. Here is some guys further down the back, the 2 BMWs of Remus McGregor and Noah Clifton. Okay, I'm trying to think of something to say. Remus McGregor in P15 at the moment, the Scotsman, out of the points currently. Well out of the points. I don't think he's going to be in to score any points this race. Nyata and Konkum is not looking likely to get into the podium positions either. Ankaya is gaining a bit on Vidal, but I still don't think Concom's going to be able to overtake Ankaya for P3. As actually Concom does look pretty close. They're up ahead, as I think he had a bit of a look there, judging by his line there into turn 1. As the train then behind Erki Nytt hasn't seemed to stop. Everyone just kind of following the train, with Erki Nytt being the conductor then. Nyata and Concom, the Thai driver, not able to get him for P3. So I think Concom is going to stay P4 in this race. We have 4 laps remaining in this race here at the Sachsenring. Vidal obviously led the first few laps, with Erik Adelberg then taking the lead in the later few laps. And then we obviously saw Vidal up into P2, and the race leader fell down to P3. So that is where things are at the moment. Remus McGregor still trying to get Noah Clifton, but as I said, nothing is really changing here. So everything just staying as it is. Obviously, with how things are looking at the moment, Zedan Kaya will still take the lead of the championship from Bironas Lokidelis. So that is one thing. Obviously, Lokidelis not scoring any points, that is going to be crucial for him in the championship standings. Nyata Concom, he's still not able to get past Zedan Kaya, so he is struggling quite a lot, trying to get past the Filipino driver in the Audi Sport Team Phoenix car. Both in the same car, so guess it is quite equal. No one has a straight line advantage or chassis advantage. It is just driver skills. As you can really see the gap between Concom and Kaya, it is really, really close. But the Thai driver is really not able to make the move. Let's see if he's actually close enough. I think he might be. He is. He's trying it on the inside. Finally, we're seeing some action on the lap 22-24 as Nyata and Concom on the inside into Casual Omega. And Nyata and Concom finally is up into P3. Or is he? Is that Ankaya got a challenge once again? As Ankaya is back up into P3. So Ankaya is defended beautifully from that. So no position changes there then. Ankaya actually doing very, very good defensive work here. That's it, Nyata and Concom P4 once again. He probably is very frustrated with himself that he's not able to get ahead of Zedan Kaya, and get that podium, but I think he might have a pretty good chance on the following lap, maybe. Let's see, he is actually quite close now, but I don't think he's going to try the move as they head into the final corner. Let's see if he is close enough to try the move this time, as he is closing in. He's going to send one on the inside of Ankaya. Yes, he is on the inside into the same corner. Is he close enough this time? Let's see as they go through turn 2 and into turn 3. The right-hander Konkum on the inside once again. Can Ankaya hang on again? As I don't think he has this time. And finally Thunjatern Konkum is up into P3. So finally, after such a long time of waiting, that is Thunjatern Konkum up into the podium places. And I must admit, he was very, very patient with that. And now Zed Ankaya has got David Kupok behind him. So this might not be very good for Ankaya. So the question is, will he be able to take the championship lead with this? As Kupok, he's actually got a challenge into turn 12. So opportunistic move from David Kupok. But Ankaya's going to try to hang along the outside as we're now on the final lap of this Grand Prix, or of this race here at the Sachsenring. Thunjatern Konkum's at the fastest lap, but David Kupok, he's done the most creative move we've probably seen in DTM so far. He's gonna try to swing around the outside into turn 1, but I don't think he's gonna be able to hang on to Casual Omega. Let's see though if Kupok is able to do it, as he's gonna be on the outside of the Filipino driver. I don't think he's gonna be able to hang on. Has he? No, he hasn't. He has, actually, as Kupok's going to go on the inside, and David Kupok is ahead in only his second race. He's overtaken the man who's P2 in the championship standings. That is incredible stuff from David Kupok, as Aaron Curtis has overtaken Alois Braunau for P6. That's an absolutely incredible last lap we're having at the moment. As Nicholas Anderson's now on the back of Roger James Jr., but oh no, he's gone wide. But let's go on board with the leader. Erik Adelberg had a horrible race at Mugello, but this definitely will make up for it, as only there's one final corner to go. And Erik Adelberg from Switzerland wins at the Sachsenring, with Clarkson Vidal coming on P2 and Thunjatern Konkum just able to secure that P3. David Kupok is P4 as well. Zed Ankaya is P5. He was just able to secure the championship lead, so Ankaya does move into the championship lead with that P5. Aaron Curtis is P6. And let's go through the final classifications then for one final time. So it is Erik Adelberg who wins here at the Sachsenring, with Clarkson Vidal coming home second. And Thunjatern Konkum also got the fastest lap there, was able to overtake Zed Ankaya there for the podium, with David Kupok making that beautiful move on Zed Ankaya as well. So he is P4 as we see the fireworks go off. Aaron with Zed Ankaya, who finishes P5. Aaron Curtis was also able to get Alois Braunau for P6. The pair of them finished P6 and P7 respectively, with Roger James Jr. in P8. Nicholas Anderson is P9 with Henry J. Brown in P10. Mason Winkup is P11 with Abra Chowdhury. Pretty good race from him, though it's no points. He still finishes P12 with Erki Nytt in P13. Noah Clifton is P14 with Remus McGregor in P15. Bironas Tokadelis now relegated to P2 in the championship standings, P16. Yeah, and then the two final finishes are Jakob Horlacher and Huang Min Nguyen. So, that is it for DTM. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a pretty exciting race. Congratulations to Erik Adelberg on the victory. It was a stellar drive from him. Congratulations to Clarkson Vidal and Thunjatern Konkum on the podiums as well. And yes, that is it from the ACOC this week. We will see you next week for the Italian Grand Prix weekend. So until then, it is goodbye.